Red Cloth, Episode 1, Purify. Baby, let's go to the stone to rest and drink water. The middle-aged woman spoke up. Her voice was deep. She was wearing black clothes and a white scarf on her head. She looked at her daughter, who was gently putting down the medicine bundle, her eyes filled with love, and then gently picked up the leaves from her hair. She took out a wooden comb and said to her daughter, "It's only been half a day since I picked medicine, and my hair is already so messy. Sit down so Mom can comb your hair." The girl obediently sat down. The mother combed her child's hair with a black comb. Her silky black hair fluttered in the wind. The mother pondered and said nothing. The daughter attentively looked at the ant crawling on the leaf under her body. Everything is quiet. This mountain road was discovered when she and her mother went looking for medicine, and on weekdays very few people passed by. The mountains and forests were quiet, and every now and then the sound of birds chirping was heard. Behind them was a very large tree, its roots crisscrossed, crawling across a large area of land. While the girl was chirping about picking medicine, she suddenly felt a cold aura behind her. She was about to look back to see what was going on when she jumped. She was hit hard on the head, fell down, and lost consciousness. A cold wind blew and woke her up. It was already dusk. She stirred and discovered that she was tied tightly to a tree branch under the tree. She carefully observed her surroundings and cried out in fear, "Mom, Mom, where are you?" The little girl heard a knife sharpening sound next to her, intending to turn her head to look, but her head hurt so much. At this moment, she realized that not only was she tied to the tree, but her hair was also divided into two parts tied to the tree. No wonder her head couldn't move. Extremely scared, she screamed, "Mom, Mom, where are you? Please save me." She heard her mother's familiar voice again. "Be good, don't scream like that. The pain will go away in a moment." Hearing her mother's voice, she forgot all her fear and called out even louder, "Mom, Mom, come quickly and untie me. I'm in so much pain." The sound of knife sharpening is still clear. One shot at a time, one shot at a time. In the forest, her mother's voice echoed very strongly. "Be good, just bear with it a little longer. Mom is almost done." "Mom, what do you want to do? Why did you tie me up?" The girl cried without making a sound. At this moment, in tears, she saw her mother. In her hand was a sharpened medicine shovel. She smiled coldly and caressed the sharp shovel. "I've been sharpening for a long time, and I want to sharpen it very quickly, because I know that sharp knives and stabbing people will quickly die without pain." The girl looked at her mother in disbelief. "Mom, do you want to kill me?" "Daughter, you shouldn't be in this world, because you were blind and reincarnated by mistake. If things have come to this point, it's useless to talk too much. You can rest assured and go." The woman held up the sharp shovel and gouged out the poor girl's eyes. After gouging out, she shouted, "Because you have no eyes, don't blame me, don't blame me." The moon escaped into the clouds. It seemed it did not want to witness this horrifying scene. The girl's pitiful, desperate cry for help made the birds panic. The jungle smelled of strange blood. The little girl now had a face soaked in blood that she could only barely breathe. Her eyes had now turned into two blood holes. Fresh blood kept flowing profusely. The woman used a scarf on her head to carefully wrap her eyes, gently put them in her lap, slowly packed her hands and turned down the mountain. Behind her echoed the girl's weak voice, "I will take revenge, 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 revenge." One beautiful day, on the single bed of the residential area, Tankam was dreamily enjoying the sweet scent of a beautiful dream. Suddenly, the phone rang. She grabbed her cell phone, her eyes still closed. She scolded, "Who is that? It's past midnight and you won't let people live anymore." The other locomotive echoed a high-pitched female voice. "To midnight? The sun has risen behind the bamboo tops, dear lady. Wake up quickly. Come play at my house, I'm back." Tankam is awake. It turned out to be Duong Ti Thi, my best friend. She immediately scolded back, "You damn thing. If you're away, the world will be at peace. Whenever you come back, it's like a pestilence appearing, causing chaos and everything. But when she comes back, will she come back? Should she force me to come pick her up?" The phone was turned off. Tankam sat dazed and thought, "Duong Ti Thi is a terrible person. It's not easy to get involved. If you play it, it will be very difficult to live in the future." A black cat jumped onto the bed. His eyes looked at her painfully, and he asked for breakfast again. She stroked the cat and gently said, "Hop bow, hop bow. Hello, we have to go see Mrs. Thi today." Black Treasure is Tonkам's pet. It was originally a stray cat that Tonkam picked up by the trash can on a winter night. Now he's very happy. The food, the bedding, the toys of all kinds are all brand new products. After showering and finishing makeup, a beautiful person appeared in the mirror, tall in stature, clothes that fit well, 3-height neck, noble style. Tonkam sighed in regret. A person with such full conditions has not yet found a boyfriend. I wonder if her demands are too high, or if a kind man is no longer in this world. Duong Thi is a young lady from a rich family. Her fortune is big enough to make her wasteful. She has a boyfriend, travels everywhere, doesn't work, goes to high-end clubs. Just now it wasn't like she went on a trip. That's a long day. Every time she gets bored with life, she drives around, plays wherever she goes, has no plans at all. Every time she comes back, she brings home a bunch of gifts. She likes all the delicious things in the world. Tonkam had to go through a beautiful flower garden to reach the living room of Thi's house. At this time, there were 3 people sitting in the spacious living room. Tonkam took the Black Treasure out of the lane and gave it to Duong Thi. She always called out to her baby. Lamki stood up and gave the glass of water to Tonkam. Lamki has a unique, trendy style. Looking at her way of dressing and applying makeup, you can know what kind of fad is going on right now. Lukanki was playing with a silver item in the corner of the room. Seeing Tonkam, she smiled brightly. Even though she was just Duong Thi's cousin, she exuded the demeanor of a noble family, always gentle and correct, elegant, truly a lady. As soon as Duong Thi returned, everyone gathered together again. Tonkam sipped strawberries in the spacious dining room while listening to Thi tell stories she saw and heard on the street. Everyone is fascinated by her engaging and inspiring storytelling. This time I went to Tuong Tai. On the hard roads, everything there was great, an extremely beautiful and quiet place. At night, when the wind blows, it seems like reaching out your hand can reach the stars. At sunset, you can see columns of smoke rising from the houses in the neighborhood. Next time you have to go with me, that place is truly paradise. After telling the story for a while, everyone asked for gifts. Thi likes this time the most. She showed off all the things she had just bought to everyone. The 3 people sat around the sofa, saw Thi eagerly pull out a large box, and then slowly pulled out the silk rope tying the box. Everyone attentively followed her every move. She looked serious. All eyes turned to the box. After the box was opened, she only saw a bag of paper. She continued to gradually peel off each layer of paper. In the last layer, Thi used a knife to slit, like cutting out a sky of red clouds. The whole room suddenly shimmered and glowed. Bright, even Lam Kai, who was familiar with big events, opened his eyes wide to see. Tonkam looked back calmly. It turned out to be a piece of red cloth. Red fabric is not rare. The strange thing about that red color is unspeakably beautiful. The 4 people looked at the cloth in shock. The silence was broken when the Black Treasure suddenly jumped out of Tonkam's arms, making a cry that startled them all. In an instant, it jumped out the window. Tonkam reacted the fastest. She rushed out the window but only saw the Black Treasure at the end of the road, its fur standing up. She called out, "Hakbao, stop running. I'm here to carry you." When she ran into the street, the Black Treasure had disappeared. Tonkam almost cried, but she tried to suppress it. The red piece of cloth was opened, lying still on the sofa. The color was warm, like the starlight in the sky, making it impossible for people not to notice. Lukanki exclaimed, "I can't believe it has such beautiful colors." "Thi, where did you find this treasure?" Duong Thi proudly said, "I saw it in a small town. There was only this one piece, stuck on someone's house at that time. Seeing how beautiful it was, I decided to get it." They sat down together and caressed the cloth, gently and carefully, as if caressing their children. The fabric is cool and very smooth. Is it silk fabric? Smooth like this. I don't know how people weave it so tightly. It's so happy to touch. Once you put your hand on it, you don't want to leave anymore. Why?